Have you ever stopped to think that poverty might not be an accident, but an invention? Have you ever wondered why, even with so much technological progress and so much wealth circulating in the world, millions of people still can't afford food or the basics to survive? Is money really lacking? Or was poverty created on purpose to keep the majority trapped in a cycle of obedience and endless work? The answer is controversial but clear. Poverty was invented so the rich could stay rich. And while you run after bills, they multiply fortunes based on your effort. If this idea already made you uncomfortable, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and stay with me until the end. Because today, I will reveal a secret nobody wants you to discover. The truth about how poverty is used as a tool to enrich a few and enslave many. The first piece of this puzzle is education. Think about it. You spend years in school, sitting at a desk, memorizing formulas, historical dates, and names of rivers. But did anyone ever teach you how taxes work? Did anyone explain what an investment is or how to create passive income? Never. And that's not a failure, it's strategy. School wasn't designed to teach you how to prosper, it was designed to train you to obey. Strict schedules, standardized tests, rewards and punishments, all to mold you into yet another worker ready to feed the system. They don't want free minds, they want cogs. And so, poverty keeps being passed down from generation to generation because the knowledge that could set you free never reaches you. After school comes the second link in the chain, taxes. You work all month and before the money even reaches your account, the government has already taken its share. It's like running a marathon, knowing that at the end, half your water will be stolen. And it doesn't stop there. You pay tax when you buy food, when you pay the electricity bill, when you fill up your tank, when you buy clothes. Even when you die, there are taxes. Meanwhile, the super-rich hide money in tax havens, receive special exemptions, and pay proportionally much less than you. This isn't accidental inequality, it's planned manipulation. The rich created a system where you finance their privileges. And as if that weren't enough, there's the poison disguised as a solution: credit. Credit cards, loans, financing, all wrapped up as opportunity. But in practice, they're traps. You think you're buying freedom, but you're signing your own prison sentence. Every installment, every delay, every minimum payment you postpone is profit for the bank. And who owns the banks? The same people who created this game. Poverty was invented to be fueled by credit, because the more you try to escape it with borrowed money, the deeper you sink. It's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. Meanwhile, the rich live by a completely different logic. They don't live on salaries, they live on income. They don't work harder than you, they don't wake up earlier than you, but they know something you don't: how to use the system to their advantage. While you pay interest, they collect it. While you pay taxes, they reduce them. While you wear yourself out working, they multiply fortunes in the financial markets. And the cruelest part is that this knowledge never reaches you because they don't want it to. If everyone learned the real rules of the game, their castle would collapse. Now think with me. If poverty were really natural, why don't governments teach financial education in schools? Why is credit so easy to get, but investment information so hard to find? Why are there so many programs to encourage consumption, but so few to encourage financial freedom? Because poverty is functional. It keeps you busy, worried, always dependent. A population in debt and without knowledge never rebels, and the rich know this. That's why poverty isn't an accident, it's an invention. Take the example of Mary, a teacher drowning in debt who believed she would only live in peace once she retired. But retirement was an increasingly distant promise, and her debts kept growing. One day, Mary decided to study finance on her own. She discovered how to renegotiate debts, how to cut up credit cards, how to invest in fixed income. In a few years, she was debt-free and built wealth she never would have achieved if she had waited for the system. Now look at John, a factory worker who spent his life believing the best thing he could do was work more hours. But when he learned to invest part of his salary in funds, he discovered that money could work for him. In 3 years, his returns surpassed all the raises he had received in decades of work. These examples show that poverty isn't destiny, it's mental programming. And that programming is reinforced every single day. The media sells the idea that hard work is a virtue, while silencing those who really get rich without working hard. Ads offer interest-free credit as if it were a gift. The government promises retirement as if it were guaranteed, and you keep running on the same wheel, like a hamster that never gets anywhere. Poverty is a carefully staged performance, and most people don't even realize they're a part of both the audience and the cast at the same time. The cruelest part is that poverty is treated as your fault. They say you're not rich because you don't work hard enough, because you spend poorly, because you don't manage well. It's like blaming the prisoner for being in the cell, ignoring the fact that someone built the bars. This narrative keeps you ashamed, guilty, and most importantly, silent, because someone who's busy blaming themselves has no energy left to fight the system. But here's the truth. Poverty is an invention, and like every invention, it can be destroyed. What keeps this farce alive is ignorance, and the antidote to ignorance is knowledge. When you learn how money works, when you understand that you can invest, create income, and multiply wealth, poverty stops being destiny and becomes a choice. A choice imposed by the system, yes, but still a choice that can be refused. And that refusal has already begun. A silent revolution is underway. Ordinary people, once drowning in debt, are discovering they can change the game. People who learned to invest, who built businesses, who understood that depending on a salary alone is condemning yourself to a prison without bars. The more people wake up, the weaker the system becomes, because it depends on billions believing that being born poor is normal and dying poor is inevitable, but it's not. It never was. Now the choice is in front of you. Either you keep believing in the lie of poverty and accept working your whole life to enrich others, or you decide to break free. The path isn't easy because it goes against everything you were taught, but it's possible. And it starts with one step: seeking knowledge. The same knowledge that has been hidden from you for so long. If this video opened your eyes, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who also needs to wake up. Because together we can expose the greatest lie in history, that poverty is natural. I'll close with a quote from Yuval Noah Harari. The secret of power is to keep people in ignorance. Poverty was invented so the rich could stay rich, but now you know knowledge can be the weapon that destroys that invention.